Welcome back. I want to give this gentleman to just say a word before we can kick off this second part of the episode. Welcoming guys, introducing yourself and just ask them to tune in.
Thank you. Once more, Eric Otieno here, aka whatever it is.
Adongo.
We are really excited and happy to be here. Thanks, Body. Let me not call you the aka name. Thanks for hosting us.
Karibu Eriko. Desa.
I'm grateful to be here. And thanks to you. You made it happen.
Yes.
Najua nimetafutwa sana
for a long time. Yes.
I was to feature for the second part of
second episode.
Yeah.
Yes.
But due to some hiccups.
This pair has just fallen in place nicely, and I'm glad to have two pioneers. People who really paved the way for me pia kucheza hockey or on a semi-professional level. Yes. So a quick one. Hockey in Kenya, is it a hobby? Is it a profession? Is it a semi-professional in your take?
For my end, I think it's a hobby. There are few teams trying to make it semi-professional. But the larger part of it, I think it's people are doing it for hobby because it's not really generating any income. I mean, you can't say that I'm playing hockey and I'm surviving on hockey, I'm paying my bills on hockey and all that. So people are doing it for hobby still. You have not right developed to that standard of being an employment opportunity.
All right. This your take?
Just a hobby. Passion. Passion playing.
Okay.
Yeah. We're not yet even semi-professional, semi-amateur. We're just playing it for passion.
For passion.
And building the networking.
Because the friendships we are creating on the pitch are seeming to be mean so much. Myself, especially out here. So I think to that extent, I'm really grateful for these friendships that it has brought on board. 10 things that you can see in this room.
10 things that I can?
10 things that you can see in this room.
I can see people.
I
can see lights.
I
can see a monitor there. Because microphones. Tables, chairs, carpet.
What's remaining? Four so.
Kuna ile rungu pale.
Hiyo rungu umesema sana. Yes.
Ndio bana. Rungu pale. Kuna screen pale.
Umerepeat. Okay. Extinguisher.
Kuna nini? Kuna ceiling.
Okay. What's the color of a mirror?
Color of a mirror. Mirror is colorless, boss. Anyway, we are men. So whatever color you
I'm colorblind.
Mirror is colorless. But colorless, we can't see colorless, but you can see a mirror.
Me, I'm colorblind.
I think mirror is colorless. What color is a mirror? It's colorless. Doesn't have a color.
Sure. This time uoni.
Mimi colorless.
Umekataa.
I'm colorblind.
Ulianza kuvaa hizi glasses lini. Kumekuwa na lot of stories Eriko ameiacha mara kadhaa Mombasa.
Ameipoteza sana.
To a point.
Daktari akamwambia nimekupima ya kutosha. Ukipoteza hii.
Mzazi alisema tena never again. Umeanza kuvaa glasses lini.
Sasa hapana. Nilianza kuvaa way back in primary. Can remember primary. Form 1 or primary in between there. Form 1 or primary.
Yes.
Yeah, that's when I started.
Short, long-sighted, short-sighted. Okay. But uzivai kwa pitch?
Simu to Alex. Sasa pale unaona inabidi tu nitoe juu kuna option nyingine. Sizi ukiweka lens unaweza gonga ivunjikie ndani bana tena kulete madhara. So unavumilia tu pale juu za duration of like seme 70 minutes.
1 hour 60 minutes.
1 hour 60 minutes, yeah. Breakdown side. Hiyo unaweza vumilia tu.
Una ucheze. Haya, ndaku mention some names of coaches and maybe just a word or a thought uko nazo for them. Odag.
Best coach ever.
Eriko.
A good coach.
A good coach. Goldie.
Yeah.
Good coach.
Good coach.
Good coach.
Yeah.
Coach Kimanzi. I'm sure this is to your current points in life, but
interact naye that much, but it's a good one. Kuna basics poa. You insist kwa basics. Yeah. That's what I like about him.
I think I've played under him for quite some time. I now know him better. He's a really, really good coach. He's a coach who can take you from develop your skill, develop the talent from one point to another point. So he's equally a very good coach.
Simio at some point was our team manager, coachish. What's your thoughts on Coach Simio?
Physics iko sawa. With the physics, I'll pass. Yeah.
Simio is very motivated. Simio is a football.
He's a football coach, yes.
A physical whatever, but he had an interest in hockey, so he's very determined. That is one, and he's very motivated. He wants to learn. I know he was also giving the guidance, as much as sometimes tactically he might not be as what you guys want him to be, but he was offering leadership, which was very key in the team.
Yes.
It's a good one.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want us to move on to some university teams we've had so much rivalry with. Let's start with Strathmore.
Boss, Strathmore si mabeshte wako.
Strat. The rivalry is still there.
Yes.
Still there. Hata kusa saizi. The current generation saiwa kutana kusa. Unajua meeting Strat.
Yes.
We must do this. Strat. Kuwazima tu
lazima.
Tuwazime tu.
Okay. KU. Quick words. No, don't overthink it.
Him or me?
Both of you.
For Strath, because I didn't comment on it. Strath, I think we didn't have a very serious rivalry with them, though we on the pitch we will fight. But for me, I always believe Strath is a team composed of good players. They go and pick players from other whatever
high school level.
It's not like Chuk where you sit and wait for the people who will be placed in that institution, and then you try for a team.
Yes.
Yeah. For KU, it was always a derby.
It's a serious rivalry. That's a serious
rivalry. I think that was a derby.
Yes.
In our time, the derby was always Chuk and KU.
I'm sad that the current Kusa, they rarely meet unless they go all the way to the national.
It's sad, eh?
Those groups have missed out something really amazing.
That's a serious rivalry.
And that was a good
any
derby.
day, anytime, anywhere.
Nobody wanted to lose. But on a bad day, you could hit them for. Yeah. On a good day, you could lead them for. But on a bad day, they could also hit you.
Yes.
We fight. At the end of the game, we talk.
I think I enjoyed playing against KU. They had a good team. And we also had a good team, so it was a good game.
Always.
Yeah.
Yes, plus it was always the fight for the public universities. Yes.
The bragging rights.
Of course. And also the only two public university to play in the Premier League, mind you. Well, in Nairobi that is, yes. Or even in the country.
Yes.
JKUAT
is one of that. I can't say it was a rivalry, but it was all about bragging rights.
Yeah.
But I think we had a bad jinx about JKUAT. They used to beat us, but they were not a good team.
Yeah.
But in a way,
once in a while,
they used to just beat us. I don't know how.
Those bragging rights,
on the same way we hit them 7, there's a time they really humiliated us. Let us not touch so much on it. But that was a bad one. We didn't have any answers to that. Yes, and then maybe the final University of Nairobi.
UN. UN, I think it was a derby because I think during our time we were constituent University College of UN. So there was that rivalry between the main UN and constituent who were the better guys. We used to beat them.
City
derby.
CBD derby.
But we used to beat them. Most of the time 3-0, 3-1, 3-0, 3-1. If I can remember very well the results. They had a good team, but I don't think they were always serious.
To a point, they ended up losing that when we were really on a high.
Yes.
They couldn't really seem to keep up.
They've never recovered.
Yeah.
They never recovered from that.
How about clubs? Which one has stood out for you guys? Clubs in the National League, in the Premier League. Maybe 2-3 each.
Yeah, in the Premier League, standing out in terms of performance or in terms of
any
continuity,
performance,
or
continuity, structures. I think you might be looking at a whole different issues when considering this club.
So for Premier League One, I think, of course, Wazalendo. One, because of the development of the players. Wazalendo have these structures where we have a youth team, you know.
And it's paying off right now, 8-10
Yes.
years later.
Yes. And you know, most of the kids are from, by virtue of the grounds where Wazalendo train, you have slums around there.
Yeah.
So the model is we get the young kids who are schooling around the place in those slum areas, bring them into hockey, which is an important activity,
It
so that
is
they don't
very
engage in
much.
those other vices.
Exactly.
Then train them from a very young age. Then they transition to youth team. Then they go to Premier League team. So in terms of development, I think Wazalendo have always stood out. Development of players, and of course that has an impact in the society.
It does.
In terms of performance of the field, me, I think I always love the resilience of police.
Yes.
And police is always there. You know, they're always number one or number two. They're always there. Consistent. For all the years I've known them.
Yes.
They're always fighting for the title. So I think those are the two teams that have stood out for me in the Premier League.
Okay, and then in the Super League currently, any of the county teams doing good work you like from the Kisumu, Mombasa, or Nakuru teams?
I think Kisumu, I like the Lakers team, the ladies team.
The ladies.
And they came the other day. They're really doing a good job. I really hope that they'll be able to maintain that squad that they have. And a real force to record.
And even keep on bringing in some of the ladies in the Western region,
because there's a lot
more
of talent
and more.
Yeah,
there is.
I think Lakers is doing a good job.
One more, maybe in the men
category.
Yes. And thank you for including the ladies in your.
Yeah, I think they're doing a good job.
They really are doing a good job.
They're doing a good job. For men in the Super League.
In the Super League.
Which guys now do I go with?
My lyric is thinking this.
Me for Premier League, I'll go with Wazalendo.
Same reason. I think we agree with that all round.
The second team, I'll go with the Western Jaguars.
Okay.
Yeah.
In the Super League?
The Super League, I'll go with I think Super League.
I think for me in the Super League for now, I might say Daikyo,
Yeah.
They formed the team the other day, went into the National League, they have won it.
In the first season?
First season of the Super League. So far they are really also competing.
It is.
They're trying to they're competing. So
they're not there to participate.
Yeah.
This is but an opinion. Do you think they'll be able to achieve the same feat or same season and go all the way to the Premier League?
That one is impossible. Close to impossible, according to me.
It's but a thought, yes. No, we might be shocked at the end of the season.
So far they've shown the signs.
They've shown the signs.
So far you can't write them off.
Yes.
But it's a tight league, by the way.
It's still a very tight league.
Let's see what will happen. In the future, yes.
Okay, who are some of your toughest opponents so far, Eric? Who really always you think about playing them and you feel, I have to bring my A game on? Currently or even in the past?
In the past, the toughest team that I used to, when you're going to play, you find you develop a little bit of shivers. I think it's Green Sharks.
Okay.
Reason being, the former teams of Green Sharks, those guys were playing hard. Okugwara. Yeah? So whenever you're in that pitch, you're atokiwa na ball bana jamaa shot
on you.
You're like, yes. It's just a sport. It's never that serious. You don't need to pick up injury. So that is one team that, not that they were good, but because of their style of play.
Yes.
It used to give me a little bit.
And for some reason, the whole team was like that. So it was a unit of physics.
Their DNA, the type of play. If you can't play hard, you can't play for Sharks. So for them to sign you have to show that you can play hard.
Yes.
I think that was one of the teams that was, for me, was tough to face. I think I didn't score even enough number of goals against them. But teams like Butali, those are teams that I enjoyed playing against. I would always score against Butali.
Always a challenge, but it's one you.
I always score against
Okay,
Butali,
yes.
If you are saying that, he knows.
Can you single out players while at it?
Who?
Toughest
Individual
players.
player. Nyongi. Nyongesa.
Yes.
That was a tough defender to beat.
Very long.
Yeah, tall, and he was staunch. He also plays hard. He was also skillful.
Very.
He was a tough player to beat as a defender, because I was
striker, exactly. Yes.
The other guy, I think, is Sammy of Police. He doesn't really stand out as a
game changer.
Yeah. But the guy does a lot of work for me.
He does.
Beating him.
He does.
It's a total
a really solid defender.
Yeah. So I think those are two guys who are
really
even be a hard time.
Okay. This on your end as a keeper.
For me, I'll say Police. Because Police have like 3 different playing styles. They can just decide to hit. They can just decide to dribble. They can just decide to be any day, anytime. They're just fast.
And that is in their DNA anyway. They
just
train.
Exactly. Yeah. So with the Police, you have to be on your A game to be on your A game. Man.
Every other time.
Yeah.
Okay. But what's your game ritual like, Eric? Before any game, what do you feel? If you do, you'll feel better. What's your game ritual like?
Do I have a ritual? I think before, as a striker, the main aim of a striker is either score goals or create chances for your teammate to score.
Yes.
So me, I always just, when I'm going for the game, I always just pray for 2 things. 1, for God to give me a scoring chance. 2, God to allow me to stop the ball inside that dish. But once you stop the ball, then you can do what you can do.
Yes.
So those are
gain an advantage or score.
Yes. So those are the inward prayer, the prayers that you have within yourself.
Yes.
Yeah. But I've nothing that I have to do that. Touch the ground when I get into the pitch. No, I don't know.
Everything from the left.
Yeah, no.
Man. Disa, any ritual? I know we have one with you. We've really forced it.
Which one is that? I like to know it.
That's between us. But unless we do tournaments, friendlies,
tutaifanya hivyo.
So, but as for me, I just need a consistent defender. Consistent defender na ule composed. Yeah.
Okay.
Just be consistent na composed. Unajua unaweza kuona defender bwana hataki kuona boli iko tu pale. The end last man ikimtoka ni mimi.
Sasa kazi yako kumfieka na ball.
So who is the funniest amongst us?
The 3 of us. This guy.
Which means he's also the one who can talk the most.
Yes.
From Nairobi to Eldoret.
He could do it. Him and Hudson and landlord. They could do it all the way to Mombasa and back. The guys are not keeping people asleep, but they're shouting.
Kumbuka ule walimu tulitumwa na yetu ile Kisumu kazote nataka kupigana kwa gari.
People just
not want to debate. Friendly.
I think he can do it.
Okay. Who spends most of the time on the phone?
Wewe.
Yeah.
I'm the one that definitely already saizi inaonekana. In the current world, mnaonaje importance ya social media to individual players?
Social media are supposed to?
As creating a brand as players.
Yes, I think the world is moving into IT technology. Not even in sports alone, but I think in everything.
Digital space. We're just in digital space.
Yeah.
Okay.
So because that's social media, you can easily market yourself.
Yeah.
The world is a global. Somebody can be in the US, but just sees what you post, then gets interested, and
Exactly.
You never know,
Yeah.
So it's a very key tool in the current.
They summarize a world in a small space. Digital one. So it's all about using the opportunities as
really available to you.
Yeah.
Okay. At this particular point, we are taking our second break. We come back with the third and final bit. So stay tuned. This is Off Pitch Africa. You can reach us on email, offpitchafrica@gmail.com, YouTube Off Pitch Africa, Instagram Off Pitch Africa, same as Facebook on Off Pitch Africa. Conversation will keep on happening with various stakeholders. So keep engaging with us, sharing your thoughts on how we can make various sports bigger and even better. Thank you, and see you on the other side.
Thank you.